and today we have a reading for you about a connection or a relationship that had previously been a positive source of support and love is now in a status of broken heart. So we could have somebody who has been really disappointed by someone's actions or words. We could have someone finally having a little bit of clarity with regards to who they're actually dealing with, or even what it is that they really want. But we have some disappointment because we don't have agreement on two people's sides. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hello, April. How are you? Hello, Rachel. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Hello, KYX. How you doing? Hello, Minnesota Picker. Hello, Steven. Y'all are up early today. I like it. Hello, Rena. What's going on? All right. I think we need to start with... We'll go with the Cat's Eye Tarot. Hello, Alphonse. Hello, Famous Seamus. How are we doing? Oh, I hope for you as well. Wheel of Fortune, Three of Wands. Yeah, I feel like this is, like, everything was going really, really well. You know, lots in common. Your friends approve, my friends approve. You know, planning an epic New Year's Eve together or whatever. And then all of a sudden there's an action that someone takes and it reveals their true character. It makes someone a little bit concerned, but it's hard to let go of the memories and the affection that they've developed for this person. Hey, Jacob, did you want to clarify what you mean with your comment? I don't really like the last part where you say suffer, so I'm just going to remove it, but if you could clarify, that would be great. I'm glad to hear that. So we have the Knight of Wands. Someone who feels sheepish, feels like, I know I should do something, but it seems like effort that won't actually result in anything. Knight of Wands, Three of Cups, Ten of Swords. I could do something, I could say something, I could try to make things better or create a time for us to talk through this, but maybe it's easier if I just walk away or agree that it's over. Hello, Lexi, how are you doing? Oh, no worries, Rachel. Did I say hello to Key Controller? We've got Eight of Wands in the reverse. A lack of action or a lack of communication. Judgment in the reverse, Seven of Wands in the reverse. So we have someone who feels vulnerable, like, you know, this isn't how I thought things were going to go. Somebody made a decision, and maybe we have some reflection, right? Like, I was the one who did that. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate that, John. Hello, Laura. How are you doing? Hello, MD. And with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, this is like, I feel like whatever I've done is something that makes it difficult for me to justify how I've been approaching things, or, you know, maybe I made a promise and I broke that promise to you, and I don't really have a justification for that. So there's this, like, broken heart. And that could be on both sides, right? The person who failed to do what they were supposed to do and the person who's trying to understand why. We have the Two of Pentacles. the King of Swords in the reverse, and Death. I think there is some kind of, there's a subject matter or a path someone doesn't want to go down. Like, I know I could explain this, or I know I could help you understand that, or I could tell you, you know, how I was raised, or why I can't maintain boundaries with my parent, but it's not worth it. It's like, I don't know. I don't know that it would change anything. It seems a little bit like, I'm just gonna give up. Things got difficult. Oh well. Thank you. This is the Meta Muse. 9 of Pentacles, the Star in the reverse. 8 of Cups in the reverse. I didn't think you would walk away without trying to apologize or make things right. I thought that there was going to be some level of commitment here, or I thought you would try to talk through how we could, you know, reschedule that date or find another time to, you know, discuss the thing that we were supposed to, or get that, I don't know, whatever it is. It's like, I thought there was going to be more. I thought you were going to actually put in some effort, or I thought you were going to fight for this connection. But instead, we have somebody who is realizing that they're dealing with somebody who's already made up their mind, somebody who may have some frustrations that make it a little bit too difficult for them to talk. The Knight of Wands in the reverse is giving like very immature, impulsive energy. I don't want to make a choice, or I'm going to make a choice that's easier for me instead of the right choice. So we could have somebody that's a little bit concerned about their pride being injured, right? Hello, Daryl. Nice. Hey, thank you, Minnesota Picker. I sure appreciate you. You let me know if you ever want me to pull some cards, okay? We've got the Death card in the reverse. Ace of Wands. King of Cups in the reverse. So I didn't think that this would go this way. I felt like you were going to at least communicate with me about this, or that I could understand better what it was that made you upset, or walk out, or yell at my friend, break that promise. But instead, it seems like you're determined to stay angry, or maybe even there's a sense of like you're blaming me for what you did. This King of Cups in the reverse is emotional immaturity. With the King of Wands in the reverse, that's not very good energy. This is like pouty, immature, can't communicate, losing my temper because I didn't get what I wanted. Okay. So there's something here about how this person has been treated in a previous relationship or in a family dynamic that leads them to kind of revert to a bit of a childish approach to arguments or conflict, right? And you see that now. It makes you wonder, what are the things that still need to be addressed before this person would be able to be in a healthy relationship without causing all of this drama, right? Are you asking me to send you money and then you will follow? Interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna go with no. You are welcome to subscribe. You are welcome to like the video, but I want to make sure that those likes are genuine. We've got the Prince of Pentacles, or the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. This should have been like an obstacle, or, you know, like a little difficulty. Instead, it's turning into this big problem. Hey, Hannah. How's your morning going? Ooh. I hope y'all can get through that real one. Hello, Faith. Hello, Zulharin. I totally messed that wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say that. Can I call you Zul? Does that work? Oh, it's going well. Bright and early, of course. Let me know if you want me to ask a question for you. I've got your name written down. I think I want more of the graffiti tarot. What else do we have, please? I have heard that it's absolutely crazy up north with the snow right now. I spent a lot of my time in Minnesota, so I know what that's like, but I can't say that I miss it. It's cold today. I think it's gonna start getting warmer again tomorrow. But yeah, that's a lot of snow. It's kind of nice to have snow days though every once in a while, isn't it? Just have like some movies, eat some soup. Hello, BM, MB, how are you doing? Hello, Anthony, how's your day? Hello, Jim, what's up? We've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. The Four of Wands. And another King of Wands in the reverse. Okay. I don't know, man. It kind of feels like this is somebody who's doing exactly the opposite of how they should handle this situation. Like, I fly off the handle, I make assumptions, feeling like you're gonna be, you know, attacking me, or you made me out to look bad, or you're blaming me for something. I feel like this person gets overly defensive and throws a little bit of a temper tantrum. And then they're like, oh, wait a second. I probably shouldn't have done that. Like, now this person's probably mad at me. Now I might have to like apologize and stuff. You know? Leave it to April Sunshine to say it's too cold. April needs sunshine, okay, y'all? What else do we have? Ooh, half the deck, okay. The Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, I just feel like this is somebody who has learned some not so great habits in terms of how to deal with arguments or their feelings. I just don't think they know how to deal with their anger. Queen of Swords is clarifying the King of Wands in the reverse and is also following the other King of Wands in the reverse. So I feel like there is this element of, I'm going to express my irritation with you, or I'm going to be frustrated and maybe even like kind of poke you a little bit. And I expect you to just like deal with it, or I don't expect you to call me out on it. And because we have this Queen of Swords, I feel like it's someone saying, look, if you're going to talk to me that way, I'm not going to stick around. I'm not interested in that. You can be truthful, you can be communicative, you can let me know what's going on, but if you're just going to be rude about it, nah. So now we have this Ace of Swords in the reverse, somebody who doesn't have the words. I don't know what to say. You kind of called me on my crap, and now I need to find a way to make it work, but maybe it's just too far gone and I should just walk away, you know, and not even try. Hello, Donna. Hello, Jesse. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Thank you for clarifying that, Rachel. Hello, Redbeard. How are you doing? What else do we have? The Sun in the reverse. across the room, are you? Ugh, this is awful. This person's come through as the King of Cups in the reverse, the King of Wands in the reverse, and the King of Swords in the reverse. We have the King of Swords in the reverse a second time. We have the King of Cups in the upright and the Sun in the reverse. This is like, I see other people in their relationships, or I have this understanding, or I know there's an expectation of me doing something kind or sweet in order to make things better. But I'm just mad. I don't know how to talk about those things that made me overreact, and I don't want to talk about those things that made me overreact. So I think we have someone kind of like stomping away, like, why I can't fix it, so whatever. Just, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like toddler energy. I think a sign of maturity is the ability to remain calm in difficult situations. Of course, there are going to be things where, you know, you lose your temper or things are a little bit shocking, but the more you can remain relatively stable through stress and trauma, or drama, I should say, probably less easy to do with trauma, but like, you're able to then control those emotions, control your energy, and you're far less likely to have regrettable outbursts, right? Hello, Aussie. How you doing? I do personal questions at about 30 or 35 minutes in after the general reading, with priority to those who tip or donate. Did I say hello to everybody? I think I did. Hello, Roberts. I have memberships. If you go into the description box, there is a link so you can find out how to become a member. Thank you for asking. Hello, is it Gurbinder? How are you? This is 17 minutes in. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Loss. Ace of Cups, Four of Swords. The other person in this relationship, it could be you, right? Seems to have a lot of love for themselves, is able to, I think, do that thing I was just describing, where yes, there might be a lot of things happening, there might be people saying unfair things, but I can stay calm. I can appreciate that whatever this person is saying, or however they lost their cool, it's probably not really me. Do you ever get to that point with someone where you're just kind of like, oh, so what else made you mad? Like, what is it that made you mad? And now you're yelling at me? Because I know it's not about the thing that you're like actually mad about or saying that you're yelling at me for. And that sometimes will just make someone more mad. So I think we have this realization of, I'm going to work on what I need to heal. I'm going to, focus on the things that maybe could have been better this time around so that they're better next time around. But I also feel like we have somebody who's unwilling to take on blame that really is not their blame, right? All right, let's see. This is the Romantic Lenormand. Hello, Jim. You're asking what is the worst card to get, and I would say that's not really a question that works for tarot. And the reason I say that is it depends on what the question is that you asked. If you ask, is somebody hateful and like plotting my demise, and you get the Ace of Swords in the upright, that's saying, yeah, and that's kind of bad news. But the Ace of Swords itself is not a negative card. It's just confirming what the answer is. So there's no worse card, and context is incredibly important. And I would also say there's no, like, on the royal court, if you will, the kings and the queens, there's multiple definitions for each of those. Different energy will come through that fits those cards. So I can't even really say you know, any of the people cards are bad either. Thank you, Eric. How's your day? I appreciate your opinion, Peg. Yeah, the Ten of Swords can be difficult. But I would also argue that the Ten of Swords is sometimes a very needed step for you to move forward. You don't want to be stuck in a toxic relationship forever. And so sometimes that Ten of Swords is freeing. It's like, okay, chapter over. Now I can go work on things that are more important, right? Hello, John, what's up? Nope. Hello, all right, how are you doing? Hello, Tammy, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. We have Owls, number 12. This is a card that talks about communication, generally in a social sense, probably more than one person, could be even like sharing good news or in some cases gossip. But I do feel like there's something here about observing behavior, previous behavior in a new light because of how somebody like lost their temper. Hey, Aqua Beauty, how you doing? Hey, all right, you want to stay in the live chat? Don't be creepy, right? I feel like that's just like a basic rule. Hello, Hardy, how are you doing? Aw, that's cute that you think that. We have the Sun. John, the cards fall out of my hand not due to any influence outside of my spirit guides, so don't claim that. I think this is information coming to light. Maybe it's even as simple as I've got to consult with my besties and see what's going on. You know, what do you think about this? Am I being unreasonable? Is it time for me to walk away? I do feel like there's some enlightenment here around what the proper course of action is. And if this person isn't willing to address things and wants to walk away instead, then I think the focus changes, right? There was absolutely a hope or a desire that this was going to end up being a long-term commitment, getting married, starting a family. The anchor talks about stability, right? But I can't build that stability if I'm dealing with a person who lets that anger take over them or isn't working on that emotional maturity, right? Hello, Sally, how are you doing? You're welcome, Rachel. Hello, Con, what's up? Hello, Brad, how are you doing? All right. So this is the Gilded Reverie. I love that positive energy out there. Hello, Gary, how are you doing? Hey, Jacob, please don't repeat your comments. We have the Bouquet and the Fox. Oh, really? The Home and the Scythe. Okay. This might be a little bit more complicated. It kind of feels like we've got someone else who has been not pleased with the two of you being together. So there could be a friend who doesn't approve. It could be a family member or even an ex. But we have this fox looking at the caring connection. How do I know it's about that? Because we have them holding a bouquet. So they're looking at this relationship thinking, what can I do to cause problems? Now, for some of you, I'm going to be real. This is your person thinking, yeah, everything's great, but I want a little drama, or I think I'm going to start a little fight. We have to be like able to acknowledge there are some people out there like that, right? And then we also have to acknowledge that there are sometimes people who think they need to meddle in your relationship. But this is like, I want that stability or that likelihood of your relationship going to the next level to end. We could have somebody who sabotages their own relationships, or somebody who just struggles to accept that someone has moved on, right? Hey, Dracula, what's up? Same. Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, checkmate. Please remember to be respectful in the live chat. John, that wasn't me getting scared. I don't scare very easily. I do like horror films, so like, come on. I just think that there's an appropriate way to comport yourself or to behave in a live chat, and that is not one of those things. So I would just ask you to work on that. Hello, Angel. How are you doing? Oh, okay. I can see that's not gonna work out. Zero patience on a Wednesday. Zero patience. We have Page of Wands and the Four of Wands in the reverse. So as I read the current situation or the current energy, it feels like there's no way for us to fix what we've been working on, or that maybe I look at relationships differently. Maybe I hold myself to different standards. You maybe don't want to be in this relationship, or it may be a struggle for you to maintain relationships due to some emotional issues, right? Hello, Florencio. How are you doing? Justice in the reverse, Eight of Swords. King of Wands in the reverse. Well, they've certainly embraced that identity, haven't they? King of Wands in the reverse is probably one of the angrier cards out there, and I also feel like we have just like a lot of defensiveness coming through, like, oh, like, don't judge me, don't look, like, the problem is out here, it's that person, or it's you, or it's the weather, or Mercury in the microwave. Sorry, someone said that once and I can't ever forget it. I think I accidentally scratched my ankle or something. I like it. Hello, Laura. Or is it? I don't see an R. Is it Laura? Or can I call you Luau? We have the Hanged Man in the reverse and the Chariot. So now that I understand more about how you approach the connection, now that I understand, that maybe you struggle to talk through some of the things that cause the behavior, or struggle to apologize, then it makes me feel like there may not be all of that potential for the long-term relationship that I was hoping to have. So whether this is, someone living together or they're engaged, there's this like reassessment. I don't know. What I thought was great about you is still great about you, but now I have these questions regarding what's going to happen down the road. Are you able to actually communicate in a healthy way? Because so far it seems like probably not. We have the Ace of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. Wow, and the Ace of Cups. All right, so the truth is, I kind of struggle with dealing with people. And talking about this is not my strong suit. I don't know how to. So I'd rather walk away. I think we have a very astute or observant Queen of Swords. Remember this person came out and they were like, I don't know about all that. I don't like how that's going, or, you know, I think you could probably speak to me differently, or perhaps you could try that again and this time be honest. But I do feel like there is a lot of self-love for this Queen of Swords. Like, I have boundaries, I have standards, not interested in sacrificing those for somebody who's struggling to talk about those emotions. Please keep in mind that that King of Wands energy can be a woman and the Queen of Swords can be a man. I'm reading energy, not physicality, okay? Hello, Peg. How are you doing? Or did I just say hi to you? I think I did. Hello, Pirate. What's up? All right. I think we need, yeah, the Overthinker's Oracle. And Rachel, did we ever hear back from Hannah if she had a question? I didn't see one. She's very kind, so I could see it being just a tip, but I want to make sure that if she has a question, I address it. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I sure appreciate it. Okay, thank you, Rachel. So we have, it's so hard to resist you. And we have jealousy and envy. So this could be someone who is jealous of how people perceive you, jealous of maybe even your success, frustrated because they can't approach things as easily as you. Or remember with that fox, we could have somebody outside the relationship who has been making things more difficult, influencing the King of Wands in the reverse, perhaps to take things more negatively than they need to. I said hello to you. I tripped over your name, Zol. And then I said, can I call you Zol? And I also saw you say that you are a male. I feel this, or I feel stuck with the wrong person and situation. I feel like that's the Queen of Swords energy. Like, I don't know. I thought I had gotten into a connection with somebody who was able to be a little bit more reserved or a little bit more understanding. Now it just feels like things are a little bit too explosive. Whatever I say, I feel like I have to tiptoe around. And yet this person who's super angry is still saying that they love you. I do feel like if you end things, or if you walk away from this person, or if you block them, that they might end up trying to find ways to get back into your life, trying to figure out what you're up to on your social media, for example. We have you're always on my mind. They're going to struggle with this distance between the two of you. But especially when someone else starts to show interest in you, I do feel like there is a serious relationship on the horizon for you once you move past this connection. We've got this new divine connection coming soon card, but it's someone who's serious, someone who knows how to do right by those conversations. And it's going to be a little bit of karma for someone who decided, I could try to work on that, but I don't want to, right? Thank you for the flower, Gary. So with the Starseed card, I do feel like your connection with this person may be the catalyst to them finally addressing some of those things that have caused them to struggle to regulate their mood or handle their anger appropriately. But it's like it gets worse before it gets better. Hey Laura, what's up? This is the Love Tarot. Which I kind of hate that they called it that because it's not a tarot deck, but you know, whatever. Okay, so this person is maybe a little bit insecure, right? They find you hard to resist. They wanted something with you. Maybe they feel like it's just a matter of time before you realize that you're out of their league or that, you know, there's someone else that's better for you. They're very attracted to you and they're not really sure how you chose them or how you felt pulled towards them. So we have this ghosted card. So I'm going to walk away. I'm not going to try to resolve anything because I feel like you would just choose someone else anyways, right? I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. This isn't goodbye. I don't want to walk away, but it's what's best for me and us right now. We will be together again soon. I don't know if this person's just hoping to kind of walk out on the argument so they can avoid the more like difficult conversations required. You know, sometimes there are folks who feel like if I wait long enough and then I come back around, you will have forgotten that you were mad at me and then I don't have to actually like deal with any of that, or you know, maybe the conversation will be a little bit shorter because your anger has kind of had time to cool off. But you know what else has time to cool off when you wait that long to deal with a problem in a relationship? The love. So they could be risking this, right, by saying, let's just, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to like go down that path. I don't want to talk about how I messed up or why I got so angry. I'm just gonna like disappear into the shrubs like Homer Simpson for a little bit, and then I can like reappear because I can't get over you, right? Then I'm gonna reappear and we can be together again after you stop asking me what I did or why I was mad. I don't know. That sounds risky. Hello, Jessica. How are you doing? I agree, Juliana. Well, I don't know if you posted that before. I just explained the part with some people feel like if I don't know how to win in an argument, I can ghost this person or I can do like silent treatment in order to get them to think that they've lost me, in order to get them to slowly like work through some of these problems on their own and be less mad at me, and then I can come back around and maybe not even have to have that conversation, right? Yeah, it's frustrating when it's like that. And confusing, absolutely. It's that push and pull, right? I thought there was something serious here, then why are you running away? But this is someone who thinks about you all the time and is afraid that they'll never love anyone else the way they love you. Why wouldn't you try to work on something for that? Well, it's because this is somebody who deals with a lot of anger and frustration that they never dealt with. In other words, this is a pattern for them. I have people start hoping for that long-term commitment. Something sets this off, and then we have this pattern where it's like, okay, well, now I'm angry and I feel like you're never going to choose me, so I might as well just walk out, you know? Hey Jiggy, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. What else do we have? Mistakes and depth. Yo, you want to show in like a split second that you're a real person, that you are an honest person? Tell me about a time you made a mistake. And don't try to make it sound better than it actually was. Own it. I'll tell you right now, I'm not looking like to say that the people who make a ton of mistakes are the best people in the world, but if you know how to own your mistake, if you know how to learn from that mistake, if you don't run away from your mistake, I like it. I approve. Running away from ish doesn't solve anything. There has to be some processing, and they have run away from the pain that they've experienced over multiple relationships or several years, and then it all comes through at the same time when they're trying to have an argument or a conversation with you that turns into an argument, right? So they need to have this awareness of why they act this way before it can actually get fixed, right? All right, so yeah, ask yourselves the hardest questions first. I like that. Yeah, I don't think anyone blames you for making a mistake. Mistakes happen, right? We're all human. But if you continue to make the same mistake over and over again because you refuse to learn from that mistake, then we're gonna have a problem. Then I'm gonna get a little irritated with you. You know what I mean? This person's struggling to actually go back and learn from these things. And I feel like they're quite comfortable blaming everyone else instead of looking at how they could have done something differently. So we have unknown, unfamiliar territory, void, obscure, wait, risk, and trial. So they're taking a risk by ghosting or, walking away prematurely because they're hoping if I come back in a couple weeks or in a couple months, can I avoid that argument or like having to own those mistakes? We have harvest, steady, stable, rewards, financial gain, abundance, and windfall. And karma, cycles, fortune, destiny, and divine intervention. All right, I'm going to use an analogy, and some of you might get uppity about it, but I'm going to go with it anyways, and if you don't like it, that's all right. It feels to me like we have somebody trading in, like it's an old phone, going into the cell phone store, like, I'm ready for my upgrade. Here's my trade-in. Except for you're not trading a phone for a phone. It's like, I don't think I want to be in this relationship. I know I deserve someone who's willing to work through these things with me. I know I'm deserving of a relationship with somebody who's emotionally stable or capable of processing those emotions, right? It's like you're trading in this relationship that isn't really right for you, and the universe is like, good work. I'm gonna give you some money for that. Good work. I'm gonna make sure that you get a real nice car. Good work. I'm gonna put the house of your dreams on the market for you at the perfect price. And we got that with this justice too. Now, I said trading in an old phone for a new phone and totally forgot about the fact that we have this new divine connection coming soon card, which could actually imply that it is more of a like for like trade. Here's the relationship that didn't work out. I'm gonna focus on myself for a little bit. And then the universe is like, well, what about this person? They actually know how to talk to you about difficult things. Try it out, see how it goes. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I do feel like there is a change towards a more mature level relationship because you are able to stay true to those standards and not stay stuck in a relationship that makes you feel like it's impossible to solve those issues, right? It is. I agree with that. All right. I'm going to do a couple of quick freebie questions and then I'm going to hop off. Oops. Yep, I agree with that. Hey, Shamika, how are you doing? Laura says, anyone who says they've not been a F up, in my opinion, is a liar. Yeah, we all have to go through that. We all have to feel a little silly, learn we were wrong, and then improve upon that, right? Oh, I'm sorry about that, Armed. I hope you're doing all right. Do. Oh no, did you say it was buffering? It's not anymore, is it? Shoot. Thank you, Juliana. I appreciate that. Hello, Miss Nika. What's going on? I wouldn't say you can't hurt people because you are hurt. Oh, I think what you're saying is that's not the right course of action. I got you. Yeah, hurt people, right? Unresolved trauma is usually going to end up to be transferred drama or trauma. Projecting that energy onto someone else, right? I like that it says buffet. That's awesome. Hello, Christian. How are you doing? I don't really know how to answer that. I'm in the US. It's not a super popular name in the US. I would think it's probably most popular in Mexico. Awesome. All right. Yes, exactly. You're welcome. I don't know what your question means, Soul. Control myself to look sweet and good? I don't think that's something that I do. I think it's important to be who you are and not feel the need to put on a mask, right? I wear makeup, partly because I like art and eyeshadow is really fun to do. Hello, how's it going, Erin? I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Rob. Oh, that's okay. Are you saying that's a question? All right. Well, I don't know, y'all. I don't see any questions. Airline pilot. That's kind of lame. Azul, what? I love it, Laura. Should I move in with my cousin or go north to a nearby town? Should moths, oops, let me turn this one over. Should moths move in with the cousin? No, not with the cousin. Let's just make sure the other option is the right one. Or go north. Yes, go north. The second option, Two of Wands. Interesting, they're both twos. Two of Swords in the reverse, Two of Wands. It feels like there is some... Why do I want to use the word melodrama? I never use that word. There's some problem here in your cousin's life that is either already happening or about to happen, and it's gonna get awkward. So I don't know who else might be involved in your cousin's life. I don't know if they're in a relationship, but I feel like there would be something where you move in and then there's arguing and it's like, hey, sorry to interrupt you two arguing, but can I just microwave my mac and cheese? No? Oh, okay. Like, I just feel like it gets awkward because there is some argument or ongoing tension that becomes difficult for you to be able to avoid, you know? Oh, have a good one, April. Hello, Epic. How are you doing? Juliana and Jessica, I believe in you. You've seen what's really going on, and I think you're too smart to fall back into that. I might make just a little suggestion, and maybe it sounds cheesy to some, but in this moment where you know this is not what you want, write yourself a letter. Write future you a letter about, how dare you? You know what this person did. You know how they treated you. Remember this? Now, we don't have to get petty about it, but maybe that'll help convince you if this person does come back. Like, oh, I should probably read that letter again. Oh, you right, past me. I shouldn't go back to this person. Hello, Ryan, how are you doing? Hello, Maxer, what's up? I like that. Hey, Luke, I don't really appreciate the yelling, and you've also made the assumption that I don't have any, like, connection with religious beliefs, so please don't make that judgment. You don't know me. Hello, Freak, how are you doing? I mean, it's not even like I keep it a secret, right? Oh, Jessica, I love to see that. I haven't stopped writing. It's good to process and have that creative outlet, so I'm proud of you. All right, let's see what we get for Maxer. What do we have for Maxer's future, please? 3 of Cups, 9 of Swords in the reverse, 5 of Wands in the reverse, 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, 6 of Swords. There's someone here who wants to help you, Maxer. I don't know if this is a problem as far as interactions with others, or if it's more like a personal issue. But I see there being a really good friend, or possibly even group of friends. The 9 of Swords in the reverse is about some sort of unexpected relief. 5 of Wands in the reverse, that helps somebody with regards to addressing an argument or introspection. So I feel like you are able to improve something with another person because of this conversation that you have, or this person who's being there for you. It helps you to, I think, get back in tune with your intuition. With the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, it's kind of seeming like maybe it's been a little bit difficult to feel grounded lately, but it ends with the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords is about things improving or moving into calmer water. So try to keep your mindset positive. There's someone here who has very good intentions towards you and wants to help you with something. As long as you're willing to partner with them on that, I see things getting much better for you. Jessica is asking, should I live in Amaret or Butler? Should Jessica live in Amaret? Not Amaret. Is it Butler was the other one? In Amaret, there's something here that would end up being prohibitively expensive. So I don't know if there's like the housing and the rental market is unpredictable or volatile. I don't know if there's, you know, taxes are being raised, or I know one year they said, oh, you're gonna have to pay for the street to be widened. I was like, oh, that sounds delightful. $1,800 for street stuff. It's important, right? Progress. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Grind Hard. I hope you have a good day today. Gullied is asking about dream interpretations. Generally do a longer form reading for the dream interpretations, but let's see. Let's see what we get. Hello, Zendrik. How are you doing? Oh, it said yes for Butler, but it was explaining why Amaret was not a good option. 3 of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Swords. I feel like Butler is a good place as far as, how do I say this nicely? Well, let me make sure. With the Five of Swords, I feel like there's something here where you're able to be in a place where someone cannot mess with you. So I don't know who this is, but there's someone who probably is closer to the Amaret location, would see your being in Amaret as an opportunity for them to mess with you. Maybe they got good connections, maybe they know the people that you would potentially be dating. But with Butler, there's a sense that you have less connections to be worried about. Hey, bestie Tiana, how are you doing? Hello, Pamela. All right, I'm gonna do that one more. Gullied asked about the dream. What was the dream for Gullied? The star, talking about dreams, I like it. What was this dream for Gullied? Wow. The star, the King of Cups in the reverse, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Six of Wands. There's an emotional interference, an emotional problem that needs to be addressed. It could be someone that needs to be forgiven. It could be that you need to forgive yourself. But I see this as your progression. I feel like the dream is calling out for you the steps that you need to take. It's saying we need to work on some emotional health here. That emotional health being addressed, or that frustration or that forgiveness that you need to get through, helps you to feel more stable with the King of Pentacles. Then you can focus more on what you need with regards to that living situation or domestic bliss or your work. And then with this King of Swords, it's like, once you do, like if you follow this map, then you get to that point where you want to be, Six of Wands. So I feel like the dream is an odd map, trying to help you identify, work on this, then work on that, and then this happens for you. So it's trying to guide you. It could be somebody in particular trying to guide you. Hey, Teresa, how are you doing? Ah, okay, I got you. Was Micah talking about grind hard this morning? Yes. Two of Cups. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. If you would like a long form personal reading, I would love to do one for you. Go ahead and email me. It's in the description box, and I will see you on the next reading. Doodles.